All right, we're going to start simple with a situation, action, outcome sort of reading. So let's start with the situation. Kundalini rising, ignite your passion for life. And Ascended Masters, create open communication. And so this card is number 22, and this is 2. So 2s are about choices, right? Making decisions, balance, partnership, things of that nature. So ignite your passion for life and create open communication. This could really talk about spiritual awakening, with the Kundalini rising and Ascended Masters, right? Perhaps speaking with Ascended Masters, things of this nature. Kind of get more into the situation. The overarching theme, though, here, right, is about the 2s. Okay, so balance, decision, we'll find out. Look at that. Another 2 of inspiration. So, right, definitely trying to decide which way to go. Okay, getting some information, 2 paths potentially in front of you. And it's interesting too, because this says ignite passion for life, and inspiration is wands, which is about our passion. Okay, and a lot of times with the 2 of inspiration, this is like picking a path. And I will say, like, kind of your desire and like a false desire, right? So what is it that you truly want? That's one path. And then the other path might be, the path you believe you're meant to go down, or what other people tell you to go down. Okay, and it's really about choosing yourself here. Okay, so you have the 5 of Voices. So again, this is mental conflict, right? Not knowing. This can be other people manipulating you. Also, right, it could just be yourself being in mental conflict here. Like, again, this way or that way. I'm going to look at what's making the choice difficult or so hard. Use of Voices. Okay, so the King of Swords. So this is really, this could represent a person. Okay, somebody who is very, like, oh my goodness, not like how I'm doing. Somebody very good at communication, right? Somebody who is intellectual. They think a lot. Okay, they communicate their ideas. They're good at these things. Or it could just be, again, why it's so hard, right? You're trying to be logical. You're trying to follow your intellect, so as an example, right? If you're thinking about a business or a career path, maybe you want to do something that you're passionate about, but there's this voice in your head or a person, right, saying, yeah, but that's not realistic. Like, what's going to pay the bills? Something to that effect. And this is causing this confusion. Okay, so you have the 6 of Materials and the Sun. So really the message here is, at the end of the day, what's going to make you happy, right? The 6 of Materials is the 6 of Pentacles. So it's about what you give to, what is it going to give you back? Okay, so if you go down the path that you're not as passionate about, right, or that what's more logical, are you going to get that happiness in return, right? Is money or finances or logic, is that going to give you the return that you're looking for, right? Because if what you're looking for is the Sun, the happiness, then you have to, decide which path, and probably the, the one you're more passionate about. Okay, let's get some advice. That was kind of advice, but the 7 of Emotions. So again, just really considering your options. What's going to make you happy at the end of the day? Okay, and you can investigate all your different thoughts and fears or avenues or options, right? But it's really drawing you to that happiness. And I'm hearing too, it's about really stepping into your power. Okay, and you had this card here, the create open communication, right? So having that powerful communication and letting other people know what it is that you desire, and that's your path, right? You can't live somebody else's life. And if it's just your own fears about logic, or doing the responsible thing, let's say, or what looks good on paper. 4 of Inspiration. So the 4 of Wands. It's about your own happiness, right? And inspiration, again, it's following that passion. This could also, with this imagery, right, the 4 women here in a group, you may want to talk to somebody, talk to a friend about this, kind of examine those options. There could be a group that you're thinking about joining. But you have the Chariot. Okay, so this is about taking control. See, she's controlling these horses. Okay, and then this light is shining out from her solar plexus, right? So that's her own power. So kind of leading the charge of your life, with your power. And let's get an outcome. We'll look at both paths since it feels like a choice reading. So let's look at your logical option first and what the outcome would be if you go down that path. The potential outcome, okay? Okay, you have the Muse of Inspiration. I'm going to pull one more. So, I mean, you'll still be you, right? You won't lose that passion. Okay, but then you have the Nine of Emotions, the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, and the Knight of Voices. So, I mean, with the Muse of Inspiration, right? You'll still be you. You'll still have that passion. Will you be, emotionally fulfilled necessarily? I would say no. The Nine of Cups is in reverse. You have the Knight of Voices. Again, you're more in your thinking brain, your logical brain. And that may be okay, right? It's not like a bad thing, but you have, like I said, you have that heart space in reverse. So you're not as emotionally invested as you are mentally, I guess. But you are moving quickly, right? But again, you're not losing who you are, right? You'll still have that passion. And then let's look at the other option, which is following your passion. So you have the Page of Materials. You might feel like you're not as experienced, right? You're just starting fresh. You have to find your footing. You may be a student. This could be about going back to school, or you feel like you're starting like entry level. Okay. But then you also have the 10 of Emotions, okay, which is the 10 of Cups. So again, this is similar to the Sun, right? You're happy, you're fulfilled. And you have the Death card. So you're really transforming your life. So even if you feel this kind of, like, where am I at here? What am I doing? This is all new to me. It's okay, because it's going to lead to fulfillment and almost like a rebirth of yourself, which makes more sense now with the Muse of Inspiration or the King of Wands here on this side of following the logic path, because I was like, that's kind of weird, but I went with it. But so what it tells me is if you go down that logic path, you're confident, right? This could be, you've been here before, you know what you're doing, you feel confident in what you're doing. Are you as emotionally fulfilled? No, you're not. Okay. And here, if you go down that path, that is your true desire, that's going to make you happy. It's like everything's changing and you're starting from scratch. Okay. But ultimately, right, it's about choosing the best path for you. And honestly, you should really just choose what makes you happy. So take care.